Good afternoon students, I am Shomajit sir. So in this video lecture I'll discuss about the disease cholera, and in every classes I am discussing one disease. So today I'll discuss about the disease cholera. So watch the entire video lecture to get basics out of it. Stay at home, stay safe. So without any delay, let's start with the topic cholera. So let's start. So you can see in topic cholera we'll discuss about today we'll discuss about the disease cholera. So let's see in this in detail. Now see first see what is cholera. Clear? See, cholera is a bacterial infection which is caused due to intake of contaminated water. So in the previous classes and all, I was discussing about the viral diseases. All right. So the last class was tuberculosis, that was bacterial disease, and this is also a bacterial disease. All right. Cholera is also a bacterial disease caused by bacteria. Clear? So cholera is caused by Vibrio cholerae. This is a pathogen. Pathogen means pathogen are group. Pathogen can be of virus, bacterial, fungi, helminths, clear, or different types. So I'm discussing today about cholera. This is a bacterial borne disease. So this infection is caused by bacteria. Clear? You can see the bacteria means contaminating the intestine part. The diagram has been given. See, contaminated water has been drunk, and there is a problem in the intestine. You can see a lot of Vibrio cholerae. You can see green color, isn't it? You can see in the intestine here. So cholera bacterium, I have said already, Vibrio cholerae. Clear? This is a scientific name, and you all should know the scientific name should always be underlined. All right. Since this is an italic format, I didn't underline, but whenever you will write in your copy, you have to underline that. So toxins alters sodium potassium in intestinal cell, resulting in fluid loss. So in cholera the fluid is being lost. All right, a lot of fluid is lost from our body. Now what is the epidemiology of this disease? See, cholera is transmitted through ingestion of water contaminated with cholera bacterium. There is a fecal oral route, usually from feces. The source of contamination is typically other cholera patient when their untreated diarrhea discharge is allowed to get into waterways or into groundwater or drinking water supplies. All right. So Vibrio cholerae is the causal agent of diarrheal disease, cholera. Cholera is a major epidemic disease that has killed millions of people and continues to be a major health problem worldwide. All right. There is a fecal oral route. So if you drink a contaminated water, if it is in if that if this contaminated water contains Vibrio cholerae, that is a bacterial disease. So if this is a bacterial disease, all right. So these contaminated water, if they have a bacteria in it, and if that bacteria is a Vibrio cholerae, then you will have cholera. All right. So you can see Vibrio cholerae, that person is drinking water, isn't it? Drinking contaminated water can cause, right? Contaminated water, if you drink, you'll have cholera. You can see the Vibrio cholerae, a rod-shaped structure. This is a bacterial diagram has been magnified. Now, what are the symptoms of cholera? How you'll know that you or anyone suffering from this disease is cholera disease? All right. So there has to be certain symptoms. The first symptom is profuse and watery diarrhea, stomach pain, leg cramp, mild fever, vomiting, sunken eyes and cheek, having a dry mouth with extreme thirst, a decreased urinary output. All right. So these are the symptoms of cholera. So same thing has been given here. So these cholera symptoms have been divided. One is common symptoms, another is severe symptoms. If you have watery diarrhea, if you have nausea and vomiting, if you have dehydration, these are the common symptoms. And what are the severe symptoms of cholera? Low blood pressure, if the blood pressure is low, if rapid heartbeat, all right, if your heart beats rapidly, and persistent vomiting, muscle cramps, these are the severe symptoms of cholera. All right. So you can see the symptoms of cholera in pictorial format. See, vomiting, low blood pressure, diarrhea, rapid weight loss, increased thirst, loss of skin elasticity, Now next is prevention of cholera. How you can prevent? You can see, wash your hand often with soap and water, right? And drink and use safe water. So clean off safely, consider getting vaccinated, and cook food well, keep it covered, eat it hot, alright? So if you warm the food, the infection will not occur. And always you have to properly clean the food before eating, alright? And then you have to boil it very nicely, the food. So how to stop cholera, or what are the prevention tips? That means how we can prevent cholera. First is drink and use safe water. Second one is wash your hand often with soap and water. Third is cook food well. You have to cook the food very well. Keep it covered, eat it hot. Clear? Then you have to eat vegetables and fruits. You have to wash it and eat it. And consider getting vaccinated. You can have a vaccine program, vaccinate yourself, and clean up safely in the kitchen and places of bathing and washing clothes. Clear? So you have to clean, you have to keep your sanitation. So sanitation work has to be done, and the places should be clean. Clear? So what are the treatments of cholera? You can see water and electrolyte replacement can be done by oral rehydration therapy, sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, and potassium chloride and dextrose. Then intravenous rehydration can be done. Tetracycline, untreated 50% of mortality rate. So if it is untreated, then 50% chances that you will not survive, isn't it? A person will lead to death if not treated, and death occurs from dehydration and weight loss essential electrolytes. So if a person is not treated, then due to dehydration and weight loss due to removal of essential substances, the person can die. There's a 50% chances of it. So one more treatment of cholera, that is rehydration. You can see the goal of the rehydration phase is to restore normal hydration status, which should take not more than 4 hours. All right. So set the rate of intravenous infusion in severely dehydrated patient at 50 to 100 milliliter per kg per hour. Lactated Ringer solution is preferred over isotonic sodium chloride solution because saline does not correct metabolic acidosis. So student, these are the homework question. You have to copy it down in your copy and write it down. You have to write what is cholera. First one is what is cholera. Second one is what are the symptoms of cholera. Third one is what are the prevention of cholera. And fourth one is what are the different ways by which cholera can be treated. All right. So thank you student. This was all about today's video lecture about cholera. Hope you have liked this video lecture and watch the entire video lecture to gain basics out of it. So from this disease type, what you'll study and how you'll study. First you will know that what is the pathogen there, whether it is virus, whether it's bacterial, whether it is helminth, whether it is protozoa. So today we have studied cholera. So this is a bacterial disease. Next thing you have to know which bacteria is occurring or which bacteria is causing that. Second one is Vibrio cholerae. Next you have to study the sign and symptoms. Next you have to study the prevention. Clear? So the treatment, this is how your disease has to be learned. So stay at home, stay safe. I'm Shomajit sir signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, friends.